So I cried sometimes when the lightning burned, getting over what's in my head, and I...
Get ready, because you're listening to two nobodies talk about nothing on the number one podcast in their hearts, The JT and Drew Show.
Ooh, I'm loving that. Tell you what, girl. You gotta save the turtles, man.
Yeah, baby.
I'm quitting, you weak. Consider yourself fired. Thanks for nothing.
Translation? Whatever! Hi, this is JT and Drew. We're leaders of the free podcast world. Whatever!
What the heck is that?
You don't remember that?
No.
I think it was Liam Lynch.
Yeah, that's Napster days, bud.
Oh yeah, Napster, LimeWire.
Yeah, that's when I was listening to Killer Furby.
Now you're gonna say Killer Tofu.
Killer Toe. Yeah, I love Doug.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh,
Oh, God, here we go again.
crossing the street. Welcome back to the show, JT.
Holy mackerel.
I've got a question that has come to us from the ancestors.
You're talking to the wrong ancestors who you're talking to.
They want to know. Got $1? Oh.
I hope you catch rabies or something. I don't know.
Whatever.
That's a terrible thing to say. I shouldn't do that.
From what, though? From what? A squirrel? Are we talking like a super spirit eagle animal?
No. No, just in the air.
Oh, airborne rabies.
Yeah.
Airbees.
Air bees and bees.
I've stayed at there before.
I've never.
There at one of, well, whatever. I've stayed there.
I've never. Nope. Not me.
Airbnb.
I did
yeah,
a
brother.
I did a resort, and I put air quotes there, in Colorado.
Okay, well
Just
what are the
north
air quotes
of-
for?
Yeah, it was a neighborhood. It was like a neighborhood where people actually lived, and it was in the woods, deep in the woods. Like, don't go past the fence line deep in the woods.
Did you have to drive through a gate to get into this community?
No, but I had to drive through I had to drive a street. There was a street involved. Hold on.
Were they armed?
No. The dude was missing teeth, waving at my car, and he had two. I don't know what these things are called, but he had two of them. Both of them were out of business. He's missing teeth, waving at me. I'm trying to get over speed bumps that are natural. I think I let the kids play outside for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, all right, everybody get back in here. And then we're locking all the doors, and the faster you go to sleep, the faster we can get out of here. And we did.
It sounds like you would have been safer finding a Walmart parking lot.
100%. And I thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy, though? Like, online, because I assume you've made your reservation online.
I did, yes.
Online, it looks one way, right? I mean, it doesn't have to look like the Ritz, but it looks like, okay, yeah, this is doable. It's just
Yeah.
a night or two. And then when you get there in person, it's like, oh, what did we get into?
Yeah. So
Haven't been back to see this part of the family in a while.
for a reason.
For a reason.
No, so it was very, here's lake and here's trees and blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. Grace is gonna love this. This is on her birthday kind of thing. Oh no, and I think we talked about it last season when it happened. So if you actually want to go back and catch the episode, I'm not gonna say any more because now I'm gonna have nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's already hard enough for you to get to sleep as it is.
that's true. It sure is.
Well, in any event, welcome back. I'm glad you're here.
Thanks. Yeah,
and,
thanks. Glad
you
to
made
be
it
here.
out of there alive.
Thanks for letting me come back. to the show. I know the last episode was a bit weird. Was it, though? I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah. There's a lot going on, that's for sure. We're living in some crazy busy times.
I don't think that was the last episode.
Anyway, whose show is this? Remember that?
Yes.
You know, we're in our 4th season. You know, 4 years is a long time.
4 seasons
sometimes
is
it
a
flies
long
by,
time.
though.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes
Yes.
it doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
And
Snickers bars have nuts.
yeah, I love Snickers.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I like Almond Joys too, and they have nuts.
Ugh.
Anyways, 4 years is what I'm getting at. 4 years.
Yeah. Oh.
4 years in a career can fly by, right? And you think about the time from when you went through basic training, got to your first base, maybe your first deployment, second base, whatever. 4 years is gone in a blink of an eye.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A lot can happen.
A lot can happen.
You know, looking at different presidents. Some of them are 4 years, 1 term. Some of them are 2 years.
8 terms.
2 years, 2 terms.
I mean, yeah, 8 years.
Get out of my head. 2 terms, 8 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people love it. Some people hate it.
Some people don't have a choice because they can't vote yet. Some people just don't have the right to vote anymore.
Well, what they need to do is cross the border, come through it illegally, and then they'll have the right to vote.
Gotcha.
I'm just kidding, people. I'm making that up. I don't have facts to back that up, although I'm pretty sure it's happening. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we all know what's happening.
All of this to paint the picture 4 years, 4 years, 4 years.
Right. 4 years.
If Biden does not get reelected again,
Okay.
and Trump does get elected for his second term, right? His
Okay, hold on. Let's
not
go ahead and
consecutive, but
live in your fantasy world.
yeah.
There's no
Go ahead.
way that
Pull up a
Biden's
chair.
not going to get reelected, but whatever.
Yeah, what flavor is that over there? Grape or strawberry Kool-Aid? Which one did you get?
Double chocolate
Ooh.
chloroform?
Gross. I thought I could taste it.
Yeah. So 4
So-
years, fast. Presidents
Yes.
come, presidents go.
Boom, Biden's out, Trump's in this fantasy land. 4 years. Is
Yeah.
4 years enough time for him to kind of reverse the tables, if you will?
So-
Not necessarily undo everything that has been done. I don't necessarily agree with that. But take us from where we are now as a country and put us in a better spot.
Okay, so by better spot, do you mean like Trump's first 4-year terms where it was pre-COVID and life was amazing and people were complaining about breathing carbon dioxide because there's 1 milligram per bazillion too much in the air or whatever it was?
Yeah, the particles. But yes, you know, back when gas was $2 and change
Yeah.
a gallon.
Yeah.
you could
No,
go to the
no,
grocery
sir.
store.
No, sir. No, sir. It was $1.29 here.
Oh, $1.29. There you go. Hadn't seen that
Yeah.
since
Since
I
Trump was in
probably
office.
in high school.
$1.29? Dude, gas was 98 cents when I first started driving.
Yeah, I think it finally hit $2 when I was in college, and it was like I remember listening to Kiss FM, and the radio hosts were talking about like, oh, I'm not driving to work anymore. I'm gonna ride my bicycle
Yeah. Yep.
because $2 is absurd.
Yep.
And now here we are, like, oh, it's $3.98. Here you go, take my money.
Well, back in 2008, and, you know, we know who was president then, Obama. We had the recession, the housing market crash and gas and all
Yeah.
that. You know, here in Texas, gas was $4 or $5 a gallon.
Ugh.
I was up in Alaska at the time, and I think the most I ever paid per gallon was $6.15 a gallon.
Gosh. In 2008.
2008, yes, sir. Yeah, $6.15
Wonder
a
what
gallon.
it is today.
It's always
That's
$1.
nuts.
It's always $1 cheaper than what it is in California. No, that's a lie. California is $1 cheaper than what it is in Alaska. So if California is like $7.18, then Alaska is $8.18.
Goodness.
And they pump it out of Alaska to bring it down to California to refine it, to bring it back up to Alaska to pump it out of their gas stuff, gas stations.
Yeah, make it make sense.
I was about to say, make that make sense.
Ugh.
But so fantasy
prices.
world. Do we think Trump's president again? Fantasy world, he's president again. Do you think he can fix it? My answer is no. I don't think 4 years is long enough. Everything that he built, right, from after Obama got out of office to the 4 years that he till he left.
To be fair,
mm-hmm.
when he inherited it from Obama, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is a complete wreck.
Correct.
It's unrecognizable. Like, it was okay.
It wasn't shabby, but there was room for improvement. Yeah, right now the country is in shambles. Everybody's divided. Everybody hates each other. You hate me because I'm white, and I hate you because you jumped the border illegally. Everybody hates everybody. Okay, can Trump fix that?
That's kind of the natural order of things, I guess.
I don't think he does. I don't think there's enough time. I think he can bring back some of it. Yeah. But Biden's drained all of our oil reserves. He just released another $1 trillion a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, to sell on the market to China.
Yeah, China.
So,
but another hard part though with all of that is, 4 years. Yeah, probably not enough time to actually get it back. But all of the opposition. This whole time Biden has been president, for the most part, they have focused so much on Trump.
Yes.
Trump. I don't think that, Trump wins the election, he's the next president, that goes away. I think they continue to smear him, oppose him, bring this up. Oh, let's try to stop him there. Oh, let's try to do that.
That'll be just like his first 4 years.
Yeah, but even more so. In my opinion.
Right.
And,
it's
it's not even like
that on steroids.
Yeah, and it's not going to be like, well, we need to think about what's best for the people in the country. It's just, no, we don't like Orange Man. Go after Orange Man. Everybody else around you is going to suffer for it. That's okay. Orange Man bad.
Yeah. Because he can't be bought.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
He cannot.
Yeah. So,
look at the freaking immigration right now, the illegal immigration.
Yeah, it's
under
terrible.
Obama, it was kind of steady. One of the sites I was looking at, the polls were showing, or not the polls, but the numbers were showing like one of the years, the record high was like 208,000 for the year.
Right.
Oh, okay. Not great, but holy crap. For all 12 months, okay.
Yeah.
Statistically speaking, looking at the historical record, that's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Under Trump, not bad. Biden, in the first 3 years, it's already reached the highest it's ever been in history that we have, recorded history, with over, it was over like 2.5, just under 3 million.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, that's under 12 million.
I was about to say 3 million. No, sir.
Yeah.
No, because last
that
time
was just one of the years I was looking at.
Yeah, last time we looked at it, it was 10 million people.
Yeah. Point is, it has almost quadrupled or five-drupled, quintuplated, whatever, what it was previously.
Yeah. Well, it's like,
and then now they're talking about how, Biden's, considering exercising his executive powers to shut the border down. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
They're going back to what they were talking about last year, where, hey, if we hit a certain number per day, then let's just close it for the day, and then we'll reopen. It's all lip service, people. Do your research. Don't take my word for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't
do your own research.
Word for it at all.
Yes, English. Very, very.
It's a bit hard.
English hard, Mr. Yeti.
Yeah, so immigration is terrible. What about the economy? I mean, come on. Listen. Oh, hang on. Let me say something. Let me say something. Let me tell you something. We got a 3% increase from 2023 to 2024 on 3% increase on salary.
Okay, income.
Yeah. So not everybody, but a lot of companies bumped it up to 3%. The current numbers right now are 9% over inflation, which means it's 9% over the 40-year high of last year, the 30-year high from the year before that, and the 20-year high the year before that.
Yeah.
It's not like we start at zero and now it's from 2022 when we were at 30, this is a 30-year high, and then 2023 when it was like, this is a 40-year high. That's 70. That is a 70-year high. 70%. And now
that's not good. That's not the right direction to be moving.
No. And now they're like, we're only 9% above inflation. No.
Well, and they fact-checked Biden because he talked about how he inherited that from the previous administration. It was at a record high when he came in.
No, it wasn't.
They fact-checked it and said, actually, it was at like 1-point-something percent.
Yeah.
Not 9 or 10.
It was 1.2% when Trump left office.
Yeah. So they're claiming again. Found this on one of the websites that had a bunch of different statistics. Affiliate link not below. But they were talking about he's created the most jobs in American history. Again, not like, hey, the most jobs in the last 5 years. He's done the most. American history. So we're talking George Washington.
All the way till now.
All the way till now. The only man who has created this many, whatever it is, millions of jobs. Inflation's at an all-time low under him. Crime and gun violence has gone down under him. Remember the summer of mostly peaceful protests? On and on and on. And as I'm reading it, I'm like, okay, well, no, it's actually the opposite of that. Okay, let me see this next thing. Oh, nope, it's actually the opposite of that. But it just mind-blowing that they're putting this out there as factual, and then people go out there, they read it, and go, oh, wow, yeah, he's doing a lot of great things. Because what I was trying to do, and I remember I told you earlier in the day, I had an idea for the show, for this episode.
Yeah.
I wanted to go out there and take an unbiased opinion, look at a bunch of different sources, and see what positive things has Joe Biden actually done as president, and talk about those. Kind of a, not devil's advocate per se, but, instead of just like, oh, the guy sucks, like, hey, he's actually done this, and that's really good, and I agree with it.
Right, yeah. I mean, he
as
can't
I'm
be
reading
bad
those
the
things,
whole time.
As I'm reading those things, I'm like, this is not true, this is not true, this is not true. He has been mostly bad the whole time.
And how does that make you feel?
I need a safe space.
We don't have one. Whole country's burning.
I can't take it.
But like we said in the Civil War episode, few shows back, everyone's divided. Everyone, if one little thing kicks off, and I'm gonna have to kind of quote Canadian Prepper on this one. I know. He said, one little thing happens, people are saying that the U.S. will go straight into a civil war. He thinks, now this is Canadian Prepper, not me, but he thinks that the U.S. and its people are too lazy to do that.
I mean, do you think he's wrong?
I don't see the lie. I don't think he's wrong. I just wish he was wrong. You know?
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to go to jail. Everything's going to be prosecuted. I fart wrong and I'm going to go to prison right now.
Yeah. I did not allow that.
Exactly. That hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
So what are in this fantasy world, what are the current hurdles that Trump would have in order to, let's say, bring it back to even 60% of what it was in his first 4 years?
Well, I think the primary hurdle is going to be the people, right?
Like what
Obviously,
people? Like
the
the people? Like us?
The people, yeah.
Okay. So the people are going to
Obviously,
be
the
the first
president gets to
hurdle.
pick his cabinet,
Yeah.
so he can, surround himself with the people that he wants. Cool. But kind of like we were talking before, who, depending who's going to be in Congress or who's running the Senate, are they going to try to block everything or filibuster everything, or is it just going to be executive order because I can't get anything passed? We're seeing right now with his, guilty verdict, and them trying to go after him for this, and then, well, that didn't work. Let's try to go after him for that, and that didn't work. And I don't see that stopping.
Yeah.
I think we the people, are going to be a big limfac. And it's going to go back to the whole, oh, that's not my president. Oh, I didn't vote for that guy. And,
Yeah.
oh, it's the worst thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying my $2 gas.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the worst. But my husband got a job at the factory they just opened up downtown. Oh, but he's the worst. But that same $50 that I just bought groceries with this week, that I bought groceries with last week under the old guy, I was able to get twice as much.
Yeah.
I mean, people are people, right? Billy Currington had a song, and I think he said it beautifully. God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy.
Yeah. No, that's 100%.
And people were unpredictable. Who knows? Maybe we'll have more summers of peaceful protests. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Maybe we won't. Maybe people are just going to start going in straight up anarchy and, not happy with it, so they want to take it in their own hands. And I honestly, I don't know what that looks like.
I don't either. Well, if you don't know what that looks like, do you know what his to-do list would look like?
Start with cleaning my house, please. Tell you what.
I think if he brings down, what is it? The debt. That's gonna hurt a lot, right? Like, I'm not an economist. Obviously, I don't have my doctorate, so I'm not smart. But if we can bring down the debt just within 4 years,
Yeah.
I think we'd be better off. If we could pay off our debt, well, obviously, because the United States is one of the worst countries in the world, and we've run off of debt. But if we could,
but how are we gonna pay our debt down, even a little bit, if we continue to financially support Ukraine? If we continue to say, you know what, all you kids who went to public college and have buyer's remorse, and you got way in over your head in student loan debt, and just you can't survive, welcome to life. We're gonna forgive your student loans. Oh, you didn't go to college and you're struggling also, and you would also like a $35,000 check. Well, you should have gone to college.
Yeah.
And then struggled. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. We can't afford that.
Oh, we
It's
can't,
not
but they're doing it.
It's not my problem that you went to college, got yourself in debt. You can't pay it back. That's your fault, not mine.
Well, doesn't that kind of take the value away from it?
Yeah, 100%. But for the past 5-10 years, your degree that you get doesn't mean shit. It doesn't get you anywhere.
Yep.
And we see that. And we've been seeing it, but people want to continue to push that memo down these kids' throats and say, hey, put yourself in debt. I did it. Look at me. I'm happy.
Yeah. Or they want to sit there and take 5-6 years to get a 4-year degree. You know, because, you know, I got to party. I gotta figure out who I am, you know?
I got to experience
adulting is hard.
Me.
But, well, crap. You mean to tell me I have to go to class, wake up on my own, go to class, possibly have a car payment, you know, if mom and dad aren't covering it.
Yeah.
I have to get a job, like, and be a full-time student. Like, no, this is way too hard. I need somebody to pay for this.
Yeah. Well, this is what I think his to-do list is going to be, is he's going to start off with a lot of tax cuts.
Okay.
In the short term, that's going to be great for the people. Oh, hey, we're getting tax cuts. We don't have to pay as much. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, great. That's more money in my pocket. People are going to love that. And rightly so. But that only hurts the country, everybody, in the long run. So, again, I'm not an economist, but I feel like if we paid down our debt, we wouldn't be hurting as much. We wouldn't have our interest rates as high as they are now if something like this were to happen in the future, if we paid down our debts.
I feel like a quicker, no-brainer solution is if you had the wealthy pay their fair share. We could, as a country, get out of debt a lot quicker. I mean, who the heck needs millions and millions of dollars? They don't need that. They don't have to have a mansion and 5 cars and this fund and that fund. And they need to share their wealth and pay their fair share. It's not my fault that maybe they don't have all of those millions as cash in the bank. Perhaps it's in assets like property.
Or stock market.
Or the stock market, but, you know, that's not fair. I'm not benefiting from it, so it's not fair.
All right, liberal Drew. You feel better? Did you get it off your chest?
How dare you assume that my eyes are not naturally watery? I'm triggered. That was a microaggression.
Give up. Can you beat that out?
Yeah, the to-do list.
They're gonna get an economist in there. They're gonna Trump's gonna pick the right people, okay, for the job.
Yeah.
He learned his lesson on the first one. He knows what he's gonna do in the second one. I think if we can get him in there, let him, quote unquote, drain the swamp. I want term limits for Congress.
Do you think if he offered the job to Kamala, I know we don't see eye to eye, but I want you to be my VP, another 4 years for you. You think she'd take it and be like, oh, we did it, Donnie, we did it.
Yeah, 100%. She's fake as dude.
Yeah. Freaking chameleon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just popped in my head. But yes, term limits for Congress, 100%.
Yeah, Congress, House of Representatives, all of them, every single one of them, term limits. I personally, my personal opinion, you don't get more than 10 years. 10 years and you're out. I'm sure there's other people that have other term limits for these guys, but that's what I would do.
And there needs to be
accountability.
I'm not saying you can't. Yes, accountability. I'm not saying you can't, make money, save money, grow your wealth, invest, whatever you want to do with your earnings and stuff. That's on you.
No.
But I don't think you should be in Congress or in the Senate or whatever position, like you're saying. And after that time is up, whether it's 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, and come out with millions.
That's what you just said in the first part. You can grow your wealth?
You can't. Like, you can invest. You can, hey, you know what? I'm going to take my paycheck and I'm going to put it in the bank.
Negative Ghost Rider.
I
Oh,
don't
like
have
a
to buy
savings, like a
things.
savings account.
Right.
Okay.
Like a savings account, or I'm going to, hey, according to my salary or me and my spouse's salary, we can afford a $500,000 home. Cool. Not, oh, well, you know, I'm in Congress, so of course I have a $2.5 million home. My refrigerator by itself is like $380,000. And
Yeah, no. I think
again, whatever you came in there with, cool. But as far as the job paying you, you are there to serve the people.
Nope.
You're public servant.
Yep. I think the amount of money that you are paid while in Congress doing the job should be the average paycheck of your state. You should, so if the average paycheck in your, say, Missouri is $48,000 a year, that's what you're going to make. Because
Okay.
you're going to listen to your people a lot more and help them out and get them in a better spot than listening to the people who are trying to, what are they called? That one, oh, hey, here, you need to push these pills in this bill so we can get more money. Lobbyists.
Oh, yeah,
that's it.
yeah. They're not going to be bought.
Yeah, you cannot buy congressmen or women. So, but I also believe that you should not be able to play the stock market while you're in Congress.
Or go back to that whole accountability piece, insider trading and whatnot. Like, that's kind of already not allowed, but why is it allowed for some people?
No,
How can they get away with it?
So I think my fear is everything that's happening to Trump right now with the trials and all that. The far right side is going to start doing the exact same thing to the left, and then obviously, oh, that's a problem, but they're going to take it too far. I think they're going to take it too far because they're going to be like, well, you did all this to Trump, so now you're going to get your piece of pie too. But I think they're going to go too far with it, and it's going to start some sort of conflict. And we're going to have another Chaz, and we're going to have, like, all of the West Coast big city counties are going to start having a conflict with the entire country, more or less, where all the woke people are at. So DFW, Houston, for Texas, right? Austin is the number one.
Yeah.
All of those are going to revolt against the rest of the state. I'm just putting it in Texas terms so you know where everything's coming from.
Yeah, very interesting.
So
Very, very
that's my fear.
interesting.
Again, going off of what Canadian Prepper said, I think people are too lazy, or he thinks people are too lazy. I in that aspect, I really hope they are. Because
Well, and everybody's a freaking keyboard warrior. you
oh
know?
yeah. I mean, you and
I
I
played
were
Call of Duty before, so like I know what to do.
yeah. I'm just gonna slide through the door.
And I ordered a plate carrier off of the TikTok shop, so I'm prepared.
It's Temu now. You need to get with it.
Oh, from Temu,
Yeah.
so I'm prepared.
Yeah.
I look very tactical.
Yeah, very tactical. Okay, so your fantasy world. Trump's finished his 4 years, right? And we're in a better spot, and America's woken up and saying, hey, we really don't need these far left people. Not saying that we don't need Democrats. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the far left, far right, woke extremists, right?
Yeah, the extremists.
Yeah. So, because we need Democrats just like we need Republicans, just like we need independent folks. Like, everybody's got good ideas, and it should be a melting pot of everything for the people.
Come get in the line. We want to hear your different ideas.
You are not right.
Straight ahead to the conference, and they will hear you out.
So, what's the next guy's plan? Does he go to Trump or does Trump go to him and say, "This is everything I hadn't gotten done yet. Could you finish it for me?" Or does the next guy come back and go, you know what? Trump was a very extreme dictator, and we're not doing any of this. So I'm going to, just like Joe Biden, I'm wiping everything that he just did out, and we're going to start over.
Yeah, it's hard to say because obviously we don't know who's running.
Right.
Depending on who the candidates are, I think at that point will give us a much better picture. So, for example, if it was another Joe Biden or a Hillary, I think it'd be safe to say they're probably not going to continue Trump's legacy.
No. Well, even Gavin
in
Newsom.
that scenario. Yeah. Dude can't even get a handle of his own state.
But I don't think the Florida guy is going to do a great job if he wins. And I like him. Ron DeSantis.
Oh, DeSantis? Yeah.
Yeah, I like DeSantis. But I don't think he's going to continue what Trump would have been doing.
Well, and I mean, I think that's the beauty of each presidential candidate, right? Like when they're debating and they're talking about, hey, this is what I'll do, or this is what I'll do. You don't have to continue what the last guy was doing.
You don't.
You know, you'll have your own policies and stuff, but if something made sense, okay, well, yeah, we'll keep doing that. It's, I mean, on a very small scale, right? To try to paint the picture. When we were in the Air Force and, hey, you're moving into this shop and you're going to be the supervisor. You're large and in charge. Okay, well, you don't necessarily just come in and, hey, whatever the last person did, we're not doing any of that anymore. Here are the new rules. You may keep some of the old rules. You may change some of the old rules and then implement new ones. But ultimately, I think they should have their eyes on the prize. What is going to benefit the country? What is going to benefit the people that I represent, that I work for? And we can't lose sight of that as the people, you know. We elect this person or these people. We put them there to lead us. It's not that like, oh, you know, we had a dream and you were the chosen one. You must lead us all, Holy One. And, you know, we kiss the ground that you walk on because you're the know-all, be-all. And we know nothing. Take care of me, Diddy. That's not the case. We can't continue to give them so much power that they walk over us time and time again and get away with it.
See, I don't think we hold the power anymore. I think that's more of an illusion.
But why is that?
Well, we kind of got our eyes a little opened on the election of Trump and Biden, right? Or at least I did.
Okay.
At least I did. I got my eyes open when they kicked all the counters out, and then they were like, oh, look, we're going to bring these things. Oh, these have been underneath the table all day. And
oh, the ballots.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
people of higher power have the ability to turn elections whenever they want. I think they lost it. Like they lost their accountability when it was Hillary and Trump, because everybody in the country was like, oh yeah, Hillary's going to win, you know, whatever. But then it started going, and Hillary was confident all the way up until the point they called Trump's name as president. Like, she was like, yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, we got this. And then they lost it. And they were like, whoa. And then we, the people, saw how great the country could be ran by a non-politician. That now that we have a politician back in office, we're like, well, we don't like this.
Yeah, we don't.
We'll
now,
take mean tweets over whatever the hell this is.
Yeah, and I agree that the power is coming from those elites at the top. I think they give us the perception that we can have the power. That being said, though, look at the American Revolution.
But you can't think of that in this day and age, because the moment that you go against your government, you are a terrorist. You are...
Oh, yeah. Well, shoot, the moment you don't go get your COVID shot, you're a terrorist.
No kidding. Yeah, I agree with you there. But the moment you do anything against this current government that our founding fathers put in place that we could do, you are the bad guy and you are smeared and everybody's going to hate you. It's not... You're not even going to have a following of like 10 people where it's like, hey, this guy made sense. Let's continue with what he was doing. You're not going to have that. You're a terrorist.
Because if they continue to follow you, well, now they're on the list as well.
Exactly. And then their lifestyle is taken from them. Nobody wants to give up the comfortability of what this country is or has given you right now. Nobody.
But that's where you're going to have people, and I think it's going to take more than one person or a handful of people.
Right.
But you're going to have people that go, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to give up that comfortability. I'm going to stand up, and I'm not saying stand up and be violent and go on a rampage.
Right.
But I'm going to do the things that are necessary to get my point across, to be heard, to go through the process, to make change.
Okay. So
now, will they get locked up and persecuted and all these other things? Probably.
Yeah. Well, then just write a book on what your struggles were about.
Mein Kampf. Already written.
No, but that's what the colonists did just before the revolution. They pleaded with the king, hey, we can't do these taxes. And those taxes were what, 2%?
Yeah.
2%. And we're way above that. So, I get it. It's not going to be one person. You're not going to have one party start a revolution in this country. You're not. I wish it was that simple, but it's not.
Well,
but we need the conversation, and we need the conversation to be mainstream. We don't need these little bitty podcast outlooks or HF radio stations that are doing far right news or far left news or whatever,
their weekly check-in or whatever.
Yeah, you need something that is mainstream.
In order for that to happen, we have to stop the suppression of free speech. And that means stopping the government from censoring everything that they do not agree with. Oh, we don't like that. Take it down from Facebook. Hey, Zuckerberg, make sure you don't let any of things with these words, have it flag or trigger or whatever so that those posts don't make it. We don't want that out there.
But then you need to own the business, right? And that's what they do at Rumble.
Do you?
Yeah, you need to own the business. You need to own the platform in which you want the free speech to be had, right? You've got to own that. Because if you don't own that, then you have no free speech. You are using some other person's platform to try and push your speech, but that's not what they align with. So therefore, they're not going to let you say it. It's not free speech. Again, it's the illusion.
But where's the line drawn? If the government is coming in and censoring it.
I own a restaurant. I only employ black people. Okay? You come into my restaurant, you hate black people. So you say words. I kick you out of my restaurant. Hang on. I kick you out of my restaurant for saying words that I don't like. Did I suppress your free speech?
No.
I didn't?
No.
But you have the right to say whatever you want, wherever you want. That's freedom of speech, right?
But you kicking me out was well within your right if you're the property owner.
Exactly. So if you're on a platform that is online and you say something that the platform owner does not like.
Yeah, but see, you're getting in some really dicey territory.
Am I, though? Or is it the exact same thing with a different platform?
It's not the exact same thing.
How is it not?
Because you'd have to go into the fine print of when you create an account on said platform to see what the rules and regulations are. What is the law? How does the law break it down? Is that considered a public space, or is it considered, hey, no, this is on Facebook? Facebook is a private company owned by this person. They have the right to refuse service, blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. Then I have to play by their rules.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm walking down the street on a public sidewalk and I say something somebody doesn't like, they can't go, oh, cops, get him.
Okay. Let's say I own a food
you don't
truck.
own the air around me.
Let's say I own a food truck and I go to a park.
Again, though, the park
It's a
owned
public.
by the city would be public.
It's a public. But you say something I don't like and I kick you out of my food truck area. I'm not kicking you out of the park. I just don't want you around my food truck.
Well, you can't do that.
Exactly. But I can.
You can physically try. You
It's the
cannot
same
legally do
thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
it. No.
I'm going to have a concert in Madison Square Garden. No,
Okay.
no, not Madison. What's that big park in New York?
Times Square?
Is it Times? No, not Times Square. What's the park?
Oh, Central Park.
Central Park. Okay, I'm going to hold a concert in Central Park. That's a public area, right? People walk their dogs there all the time. They get robbed.
Okay.
They do drugs. They do all that crap there. It's public space, right? I'm going to hold a concert. But you're only allowed to say the word Apple to get in. You can't say anything else. Has to be
Okay.
Apple. When you're in my
To get into the
concert,
concert?
to get into the concert, when you're in the concert, you're not allowed to say anything hateful about anybody. You have to love everything. Those are
Okay.
the rules of the concert, but I'm in a public place.
Okay. Now, in order for you to do that, to have that concert there on those grounds, you probably have a permit.
Yes.
So you have effectively rented that from the city, which in a sense legally makes that temporarily your property.
No. Let's say I didn't. Let's say I didn't. I
Okay,
just
then
have
you
a
couldn't
permit.
dictate who comes in and out of the park.
I have a permit, but I want to put fences up to dictate who's coming in. But I don't have a permit.
So you want to put your private property up on public property?
No.
to
I
keep
want the
people out.
concert to be for everybody. But in order for you to get close to the stage, you gotta say these certain things, and you have to love people. Everybody can enjoy the music.
Yeah, you would still have to have a permit.
Let's just say I don't. I mean, this is all fantasy, anyways,
Okay, then why would the person want to come up on the stage?
because you get a better view. Take a picture, take selfies.
Okay, and it's a public event,
Yeah. What if it's staying? Girl.
and they say, hey, this is a public event. We're in a public place. We don't own any of this stuff.
But in order for you to get into my fenced-in area, you have to say Apple, and you have to
But
love.
they can't have a fenced-in area.
No. I get a fenced-in area with no permit.
Well, considering that that's illegal, then the rules wouldn't matter.
Okay.
I can say whatever I want and go beyond the fence.
All right. So now I'm the owner of Facebook in a public domain. I don't like
Okay.
what you say, but you have freedom of
Okay.
speech.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Is Facebook
get off my
a private
platform.
company?
Get off my platform. I don't care. I don't care what it is. I make $14
They've
trillion
had
an
lawsuits
hour.
about this already.
I know. I make
where people
$14
were
trillion
being
an hour.
censored and silenced,
And Congress is
and
mad at
they
me.
won their cases.
Congress is mad at me. I don't care. I make $14 trillion an hour.
I don't see what your point is.
Get off my platform. I don't care.
No. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna ban you. I'm gonna
Go
not
ahead,
allow
and
you
then
to
I'll make
have a
another
profile.
account.
Yeah, you
I'll
know.
make another one.
Oh, and then when you start doing stupid shit again, then I'm gonna delete that one.
That's okay because I've got all the time on my hands. I've hired somebody who their sole job is to create accounts. So I've got backups to my backups to my back. It'll be years before you shut me down.
Exactly. Yeah. See, I mean, see how dumb it is.
So what's the point?
I have no idea. I think I got lost. I got lost when I was in Central Park.
Probably because you put the dang fence so high.
I probably.
You serenading yourself? You
Hey.
jerk.
La-da-dee, la-da.
With arms wide open, yeah,
I said Stain, not Creed.
yeah.
Although I do like Creed. I've always liked Creed, but I remember when you couldn't be you couldn't be a Creed fan like in the early 2000s.
Couldn't?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Not
'cause
in
you'd
my
be gay.
school. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You like Creed, you're
Yeah.
gay.
Creed, Nickelback.
Yeah.
But somehow Blink-182 was widely accepted.
Yeah, I like them. And they were okay. I liked Deftones though. They were my
Yeah.
jam. I did like them.
Deftones, Smashing Pumpkins,
Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins.
Stained, you already said that.
Yeah, I already
liked
did.
them.
Yeah, I did too.
Ozzy is I
Yeah.
remember listening to Crazy Train over and over.
Yeah, War Pig was one of my
Ooh,
favorites. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in closing, I hope that everything works out for the country. Whether whoever gets in office or not. I'm not leaning one way or the other. I think both candidates, the current president and the guy running, everything's going to be an uphill battle for the next 4 years for both of them.
Yeah.
Ultimately, though, I just hope the country is okay.
Well, in the words of Destiny's Child, I don't mean to age you, but in the words of Destiny's Child, I just want to be able to pay my telephone bills, pay my medical bills, pay my electrical bills,
Pay your automobiles.
pay my automobiles.
As always, we'd like to say thank you for stopping by and listening to the podcast.
Yeah, we realized that you could have been doing anything way more productive, but you chose to waste your time with us.
We look forward to talking about absolutely nothing with you next time.
If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please email us at
jtandrewshow@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/jtdrewshow.